Hey, Frank, how's it going? Hey, Mark. No, no, honey. Okay, I'll open the door.
Hi, Paul.
Hello,
Hi, Dominic.
Mark.
Hey, Dominic.
Good morning and good evening to you.
I had to open the door for Mia. She wanted to go out.
Okay.
Every time I sit in front of the computer, she bugs me.
Eh,
Mine does that every time I sit in front of food.
hmm. Yep.
Frank was first tonight. Frank
Oh,
Rizzo.
great.
Mm-hmm.
Happy trails. Oh, Frank. Yep.
So I don't know where the other guys are, but somebody should be along here shortly.
Yeah,
Hope
I
so.
would imagine at least Joe will be here soon.
I don't know, maybe he's visiting one of the neighbors.
Yep. Hmm.
Well, if I'm missing tomorrow morning, it's because I've gone to my dad's because it's his birthday.
Oh,
Okay. Happy birthday then.
yeah.
Mm. Well, it's no good telling me that. He can't hear it.
I know that, but you can wish happy birthday in regards from everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. 89 he'll be.
Nice. It is a pretty good effort.
Uh-huh.
31. We haven't heard from David lately. He must be watching what, soccer games or something?
I heard him in the
Uh,
background of one of either Laura's or
yeah,
Johnny, I mean
yeah. He made a
one of
few comments
Laura's.
on
It was either
Laura's.
Laura or
Mm.
Justin's
Yeah, it was
grand.
Laura's.
You could hear in the background.
Yeah, it was Laura's the other day. Hi, Johnny. Unlikely that he'll be watching any football.
Isn't pre-season, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's Preston have got a match, but it's not yet.
Hmm.
There is,
You'd be up to the friendlies at the moment.
Yeah, Manchester City are playing Milan
Mm-hmm.
tonight in about an hour,
Mm-hmm.
which may seem a stupid time for them to play,
Mm.
except they're playing at the Yankee Stadium in New York.
Yeah. Um,
They've
I've
been,
heard
it
about
would
that. Yeah.
appear they've been doing a tour of America.
Yeah. Here's Joe.
Hey, Johnny. There's Joe.
I'm trying to get in here.
Not again.
No, the thing didn't pick up.
Now the Olympics are on, but none of our teams are in the Olympics, male or female,
No,
in the
okay.
football. In the football, anyway.
Yeah.
So neither England, Scotland, Ireland, or Wales.
You have to be good to be in the Olympics.
We got
America
the
in it.
we got the
America's
Matildas in there.
Actually,
The Matildas got belted 3-0 to
by
Germany
America.
the other night.
No, by Germany, was it?
3-0.
Three
They didn't
nothing,
even.
I know Canada won and America won.
Hmm.
And America's under 23s beat New Zealand 4-1 today.
Hmm.
What you do today, Paul?
What's that?
What'd you do today?
3 ships, 2 this morning and 1 this afternoon.
It would appear
Better than
that
me.
And I went out and did a little bit of weed whacking around the yard.
That's all right.
the
You
men's
did a lot
Olympic,
better than me.
the men's Olympic football
What'd you
is the
do
under
today?
23s.
Wasted my
Mm.
time.
Well, that's what I did too. I went out to my my carrier for my cell phone and waited like 20 minutes while she was trying to help another customer with his issues or whatever. So I said, well, I'll be back. And I went next door because there was another phone store next door. And I was
It's
talking to
another
the
weird
guy in
one.
there. He says, yeah, he says,
Where are they playing that?
says there's a lot of outages with cell phone service, especially
okay.
around here on the border
Wow.
because of what happened last week.
Oh, that
Wow.
cloud strike still going.
Yep.
Well, I'm not
Oh.
sure where SoFi Stadium is. SO capital FI.
SoFi is in Los Angeles, I think.
All right. Because Arsenal
think.
are playing Manchester United there in 3 hours.
I think there was a Super Bowl there a year or 2 ago.
All right.
Hey, Sunstar.
Hey, Brenda.
Hello, Brenda.
Girl Brenda.
Sunstar.
Yeah, but Paul, I went to New Orleans. First time I've been in New Orleans since February last year.
Eh,
Did you miss it and you had to go back or what?
Oh, hell no, I don't miss nothing. I went over. What I did is, I remember I told you I was going to fly that bridge I want to fly.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
So I had to beat the rain because I know rain was coming through. And I figured it'd be cloudy, it'd be good. So I'm heading across the lake. I got a 24-mile bridge I got to go across. And the closer I get to Metairie, the more I'm seeing it's raining already.
Oh,
So I said, well, that's not a big deal. I go to my cousin's first and just give him the cup I'm bringing him for his birthday.
Uh-huh.
So I said, let me do that. And I'm looking, and out to the right, New Orleans, because that's in Jefferson Parish to the right. When I look out to the left, where New Orleans is, it's sunshine. And I said, well, shoot, I'll just go to New Orleans and shoot the bridge in New Orleans first, then come back as the weather's passing, and come back and hit the other bridge like I wanted to do in the first place. I don't have to worry about a toll or anything. Because if I come the other way, I got to pay a toll, right?
Yeah.
So I drive over there 45 minutes, get all the way to Algiers Point, back up the car in a spot, got security there, everything else to fly the drone. I'm packing, I'm ready to go, right? I step out the thing and I feel drops of rain hitting me. I said, where in the hell is the rain coming from? in the back of the city, the rain that was going across is now looping around and hitting me.
Oh,
So I'm sitting there and I'm saying, you got to be kidding me. I got New Orleans, I'm looking right at New Orleans from the West Bank. So I'm gonna fly and get that nice picture of New Orleans with everything, with the river and everything.
yeah.
And it's coming in and it's getting harder. So I said, you know what? Okay, I'm not doing great in New Orleans. And the only reason I said this is because they're working on the bridge and they had trucks on the bridge working. I said, it won't look good anyway. I said, I'd rather wait till I get it finished. Let me go hit the Huey Long because the stuff should be gone. So I drive 20 minutes the other way across the back of the city on the West Bank, get over
Yeah.
there, thunder, lightning, and everything. I said, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, guess I'm going to give Bobby his cup. I get there, he opens the door, I said, happy birthday. He goes, thank you, son. He goes, it's a month late. So what do you mean a month late? I said, it's July 27th. He says, no, it's June 27th.
Oh
I
no.
said, well, how the hell I missed this up? I said, well, here's your cup. We sat there and talked. That's the one that lost his wife about a month ago, a little more than a
Oh,
month ago.
okay.
So we talked for a little while. And I stopped at Wendy's on the way back and said, that's it, I'm going home. And I'm about to uninstall this doorbell camera.
Hmm.
They must have people visiting across the hall because they got kids
Hmm.
involved now. And I got, while I was on that side of the lake, I got 42 notices.
Yeah.
And it's them coming in and
Yeah.
out.
18.
No.
Another one right now.
Mm.
It's them opening the door.
And that's on the
Right.
least sensitivity?
That's on, the sensitivity is like 4. I'm gonna put it down to about 1.
And see what happens.
Dominic,
Yep.
Hey,
at 8 a.m. Thursday morning, your time,
Yep.
Australia women play the USA women.
Oh, good. Hope the US win.
Don't you want Australia to win anything at all?
No, I just don't like the Matildas. I'll be barracking for Ariane Titmus in the swimming. We're barracking for her. She's a great Australian swimmer.
Yeah, I've heard of her.
I'll be barracking for her.
I guess the
Yeah,
car show is going on this afternoon.
Okay.
I thought it was tomorrow. Down on the water.
Oh, good.
Probably should have done a flyover, huh?
I'm Brenda.
They probably still could, but I don't know if they're still down there or not.
Hmm.
It started at 10 o'clock this morning.
oh, oh.
So Brenda, how's it going? Good, I hope. I hope you're doing all right.
Mm.
So, Joe, when you got home, did you change the date in your calendar?
I'm about to. I'm looking
Hey,
at
Warren.
I'm looking at the all the I had 102 in 2 days of them walking in and out, right? And I'm looking at it, and I've seen 14 different people coming out of that apartment.
Oh no.
Well, maybe she's on the game.
You got something going on over there. All I know is half of them are girls that look like they're teenagers. No, I'm gonna have to get this motion shit down about one or something. See what happens. And they started barking crazy because they have a guy walked around. He slid a little thing in my door like it was from a Chinese restaurant down the hall, down the road. So they heard him slide something on the door. I tell you what, I don't need an alarm. I got dogs.
Yeah, they don't slide things under doors here because we have letterboxes in our doors. We don't have
Yeah,
mailbox.
I've seen those.
They actually post our letters through the letterbox in the door. Well, just a flap in the door.
Yeah. Yeah, fascinating.
I'm gonna set my motion setting. It was on 5. I'm gonna set it to 2.
Yep.
See what that does.
I mean, it means that it takes the mailman and everybody else slightly longer to do the deliveries because they've got to walk up the driveway to do it.
Yeah.
Instead of just opening a flap on a mailbox. But it's a bit more secure
Yeah.
because your mail is in your house.
Yep.
And anything that's too big to fit through the they'll either knock on the door, or in my case, I've told, because my postman's a mate of mine, because I've got quite a few friends that work at the post office.
Mm.
I've told him, well, just leave it in the blue, which is for paper and cardboard, which is in the driveway. Just told him, just stick it in there and shove a note through the door to say that I've got a parcel.
What's up, Frank?
He usually
Joey?
comes when I'm up.
Hey, Joe, they got a question for you. Here's the question. If I have 4 drives, I put the SSD in the first drive. That's going to be just for programs. Then I've got 3 drives, and say the 3 drives are all, say they're 14 terabytes.
Right.
So that's 3 14s. If I have 10 terabytes right now that I need to copy twice, is that going to take up too much, or do I need bigger drives? How much is it going to take up? Is it because it's going to spread it out across the 3? And that's what I don't understand. That's where my big problem is.
Mm.
And he said he's going to jump on when he gets home in a few.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a 14 and you want to back it up to 10.
Well, this is the deal. Like right now, I've got a 14 that is that's my external. That's got about 10 on it. The ones I bought were 8s. They're not going to be big enough. I already know that. So they're going back. Yeah. I'm going to get a 2 terabyte SSD and 3 16s. That's what it was, 3 16s. My question is it going to spread it out across those?
No, it'll just save everything to one, and it'll make a duplicate.
Not if I go RAD 5. RAD 5 spreads it out.
Yeah.
It'll actually,
but that's what I'm trying to figure.
Well,
if it
no.
spreads it out, that's still 10 terabytes. It could be 3, 3, and 3.
No, I
So
think
that now that might make sense.
what it
Yeah.
usually does is save everything to two different drives. So you've got
It's,
two.
it's only going to use 2 drives. That's right.
Yeah, so you've got two identical drives with a copy of your main drive. So you have
Right.
three drives exactly the same.
The SSD will be nothing but
If
operating
one goes
system.
down, you've always got.
Then then the other 3, the last one, they call it propagating or something like this. That all
Yeah.
it does is it sees what the other 2 are doing. So if one drops, it knows how to rebuild it.
Yeah.
That's what it does. So if I got a 16, this is okay. If I've got a 16 in each drive, and do I need 3 16s, or can it be 2 16s or 2 20s and a 10? See, that's my question.
Well,
If I get the
You're getting
get-
confused, Joe.
if you
yeah,
make
but this is what makes sense. If I get 3 16s and I've got 10, it's going to be on 2 of them, so it's going to put 5 terabytes on each.
no,
And
it's
then
everything on each. It
so it's going to be
doesn't.
one complete copy.
It doesn't put some on one and some on another, because if one goes down, you've lost everything on that one. It puts everything on one and everything on another, so it's got a backup of itself.
That's not what it reads. That's not what it's saying. It's saying it spreads it out over 2 drives. He said if it spreads out if I give the one copy of 10 would spread out over 2 drives, so it's going to go half and half, and then the other one will do half and half. So I'd still have 10 terabytes on each drive,
That's
and the third drive just knows what to put back.
That's
That's
a waste,
what it reads like.
that's a waste of time,
I know.
because if one of those 2 drives goes down, you've lost half of your backup. Whereas if it saves everything to one and everything to another, and one of them goes down, you've still got one full one.
Yeah. It says if you have 3 drives in a RAID 5, you lose 33% of your storage. So it's only putting 33 or 50 and 50 with 4 drives.
Yeah. That's the problem
I
with
have-
RAID.
Yeah.
It's always been a problem.
Send it all
Why you
back.
get small SSDs.
I'm gonna send it all back and just get a 24 terabyte and put everything on there and say the hell with it. Because it's already being backed up to the cloud, so it's not really the issue. So maybe I don't even need this, but a 24 terabyte is still $900. I just wanted to make it look better, you know. So they have different drives, but I wanted to have a little system.
Hmm.
But they've got a thing here that explains it. It says RAID arrays for photography and pro video, and it tells you
Well,
what each one
Laura.
does. Hey, Laura. Oh, never mind. She said, "Shut up, Joe." So the drives are in. The drives came in today, but going right back.
Hey, Laura, how's it going? How's David doing? You know that Olympics has really changed, Joe. You know what they're showing on
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
CNBC? Women's boxing.
Yes.
Oh Lord, you sure they're women?
Yeah,
Let's
well, I don't
go.
know. Says Paris Olympics, women's boxing, bantam eliminations.
Yeah, they're saying the more drives you add, they said in RAID 5 increases the chance of having 2 drive failures.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
That's why
It
RAID is.
says,
That's the problem with RAID.
you see, and this the other thing. It says if you have 3 drives, the way it was explained to me, I think it's on one of the guys was explaining it. If you have three drives, two of them has the spread across, but the third one doesn't copy your data, just knows what the data is somehow,
Yeah.
so that if one of the drives goes down, it knows how to rebuild the drive. When you hot swap it, it'll rebuild it.
Joe, you got me completely screwed up.
Oh, I'm
I don't
confused. What are
get
you
it.
talking about? And I know a little bit about stuff, you know?
Yeah. But as I've said, that's the problem with RAID. But the trouble is, RAID is a lot cheaper because it has the redundancy built in. But at the same time, I still think it's better to have individual drives. It's not as cheap, more expensive, but at least you've got another redundancy for backing it up to the cloud too. That's your second
Yeah.
redundancy, and the other's only a backup.
Yeah, I pay $60 a year, might be 70 now, and it backups automatic. It's automatic. At nighttime, it backs up. Anything that goes on at under certain, I've got all the stuff on that. But I also, like I said, right now I got two 14s, WDs, that are they're probably pretty close to identical. And then I got a 10 that would have been my third because I had the 10s. I bought two 14s because I had the 10 and a 14. So I brought everything from the 10 over to the 14. When I bought the new 14, I brought all the stuff from the 14 over to the 14. So he gave me two 14s. Now, I guarantee I've missed a couple of things, but not a lot. Nothing important, you know? Because it's two different computers. I got to switch them back and forth to do it. You know, so that's the whole thing. I was trying to get it to where with the switch, the network switch, it would be drives on both computers at the same time, but it won't do that. I can only like I have a 14 on one that's mirrored to this one. And when I edit the film, I did all those edits the other day. I put it back on the SD card, put the SD card in the reader, and load it back into the whole folder in. That way I know it's on that file then. It's easier that way. So my question is, do I just the hell with the system and just get like a 20 and go a step up? I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you, Frank. Take your time. It's I'm missing something. That's what it is. I'm understanding, but I'm missing something.
Well, if he's honest, Frank, he'll be out, won't he? Because he'll be on his phone.
These girls are going at it on the screen.
Oh, great.
Boxing.
Oh, that's scary. Never mind. That was boxing. Okay, I got the wrong idea.
Well, and they don't have that kind of body. You know, they're like skinny little kids.
So, are they going to do more debates now between Trump and Camilla?
No,
She says she's ready to do it. He said he wants it. He wants to do one right like a month before the election, and she wants to do it in September. He said, "No, I want to do it a month before." She said, "Well, I'm prepared to do it now." He's gonna eat her up.
Yeah.
But my cousin, he's a Trumpster, right?
Oh, is he?
He's a total Trumpster. He lost his wife. He got all his cables cut off. He cut it all off. He's got his laptop only that he uses internet. He says, "I'm tired of watching the news. I'm tired of watching all of this." He said, "Because they're going to try to steal it again." He's done. What's up, Tim?
Evening, gentlemen.
Hi, Jim.
I was just getting home and I turned the TV on and I seen Paul was on and yeah, I'll jump on there again.
Tim, not Jim. Tim.
Close enough. My dad was Jim. I got called Little Jimmy all the time.
That's crazy. Hey, Tim, how's it going, buddy?
It's going.
Welcome, welcome. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. They didn't start chemo this week.
Oh, okay.
They put it off a week. I had, because of the infection on my port,
Yeah.
they said that they wanted to hold off a week. And I'd seen the surgeon, the port's looking good. It's healing. I don't know if they're going to do it this week or not because some of my numbers were out of whack with the antibiotics and the infection and that. So I'm not sure if they'll do it or put it off another week. If they do it this week on Monday, they'll do it through the IV and not through my port. The surgeon wants my port to heal a little bit longer and just make sure the infection is gone and
Sure.
that there's nothing there to, so that when they stick the needle in, they don't actually put the bacteria in my blood. So they held off a week. I went to work.
Oh, so you worked this week?
Yeah, well, Tuesday and Wednesday, I didn't work Monday because I was gone all day with appointments and that. I had appointments all week, actually. It was a rough week.
Oh, hopefully you'll get through it. I know it's going to be a arduous task, but I'm sure you
Oh,
can
yeah.
handle it.
I'm ready. I want to get it over with.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to being sick and run down and on all that, but I'm looking forward to getting it over and being
Behind you.
cancer free,
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Stay positive. Stay positive.
Oh, yeah. We were just, my mom was saying, well, in fact, the house I live in, lady that used to live here, she lives with her daughter over by the airport. And my mom cleans she lives in the basement. Her daughter and them live upstairs and she cleans where Judy stays in the basement there every 2 weeks. And she said, I'm going over to Judy's. I got some green beans and tomatoes and cucumbers and stuff from the garden. She said, I'm going to take Judy some this weekend. And I said, well, I'll go with you. I haven't seen Judy much, in years. So when she used to live here, I used to come over and visit her and Butch a lot.
Ah,
So we just got home, stopped at Meyer on the way home and turned the TV on and there you guys were. So I thought I'll fire up the laptop.
Mm.
Once the wife gets up and moving, I'll get busy, but until then, I'll sit and relax and chat.
Oh, hi, Laura, if you're still there and not gone yet. And Bill as well.
well, the American
Warren.
female boxer, Tim, is going to be on now.
Hey, Paul, I read about Christmas movies.
There and not gone yet. And Bill.
It's on US NBC. US is in blue.
I haven't watched any of it.
What is it? The boxing at the Olympics? Yeah.
I haven't kept up with any of it. I don't, I don't even know what's going on over there. I just don't have an interest this year.
Well, the big talk is Joe's, his big dilemma is he doesn't know what he wants to do with his backup space for his computer.
Storage.
Yeah, I heard you talking about 24 terabyte drives and that.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go to a NAS system. Jody's gonna help. It's just I don't understand I understand the concept, but I'm missing something.
Francois is on as well.
Because the NAS does stuff a little bit different because it copies to different drives.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to make sure that I have big enough drives in there if I do it that way. Because I'm already dealing with 10 terabytes. And if I put four eights in there, I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, I think this is the one that has the most, and this one's got, I think it's 512 and a 1 terabyte in it. I'm not this laptop. I don't have that much
how-
storage space anymore.
But how,
Oh.
what do you we see? But I'll do 3 terabytes, maybe 4 terabytes of pictures just in football season this year.
Yeah.
That's why I've got to
So what
figure
he's
this
gonna
out.
do is you're gonna stack them together, right?
It's in a case. They're all stacked together.
Yeah.
And how big are each unit?
Well, you can make them as big as you want. Right now, the ones I bought, I thought 32 would be enough. I thought what it would do is spread it out, and I'm only using 10. I figured I still have with the two. How'd I figure? It was the 32. I still have 22, but that's not how it works. You know?
So what
It-
we're
it's-
talking
I'd have
about
12
is
left.
32 terabytes, right?
Yeah. I'd have 4 eights in it without getting the SSD, but it's only going to give me 3 eights because one of the eights is going to propagate, and then one of the eights is going to have other stuff on it. So that's going to mess that up. That's why it's better to have either 5 drives or 3 bigger drives. So it's just that little confusion that's got me. That 2 don't matter. I got the doorbell set to 2 and it still went off. I'm gonna tell it not to notify me. It's gonna be okay. Once I understand the not it's I guess it's the concept of what it does exactly. Then I'll know what ones I have to buy because right now the ones that are going back are 8s, and I've got in the cart to go 3 16s. So I'm doubling that. That'll give me, this is what I figured, it gives me 32 terabytes. And the 32 terabytes, I'm only going to use, if I got 10 terabytes that's backing up, it's going to use 20. If it uses 20, it still gives me 12. So if it gives me 12, that should be enough. That should be enough. But I got to see how it works because I don't see how 16 terabytes going to cover 20 terabytes. That's where I'm confused. I don't think it can.
Yeah, I don't know about all of it. I'm so far out of the loop anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just a user, Tim. I don't get all that stuff either.
Well, I still can, I still work on and build systems, but when it comes to all that, the RAID and NAS and all that, I've never messed with any of it. I haven't had a PC and I don't know how long. I just use laptop and my phone anymore.
Well, I was using Apple until last year. I broke down. I said, well, had I had one apple going bad, and I had the other apple was a smaller one that was running slower because I didn't have as much RAM in it, and it takes an arm and a leg to put the RAM in it. I could do it. It's just I don't want to pull it all apart to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I look the other one, the RAM just went in right in the bottom. This one, you got to take the screen off. You got to take the hard drive out. You got to take the motherboard out. You got to take this out. Then you get to the RAM.
Yeah, they don't make anything simple anymore.
So eventually, I may put some more in it, but it's an older unit, so I may turn around and I may turn around. The PC I've got's good. I may just hook it up to where I could use 2 monitors on it.
Yeah.
And if I could use 2 monitors on it, I'd be better off.
I bought a Dell. I think I paid $750 or something for it. It was on sale and I loved it. But once I started with the drone, when I started going, I think the higher frame rate in 1080p, or it was a little bit slow. But if I did anything in 4K, it couldn't keep up with it. It would edit the video okay, but it wouldn't play it back. When I do the preview, the video would freeze and it'd keep playing, and then the video would show up again and then it would freeze.
Yeah.
And
Well, mine does it pretty good. I got a GeForce 3070 RTX.
yeah, this one just had
Graphics
the
in it.
built-in
Yeah.
video and shared the RAM, and it just didn't work with videos real well. So I gave that one to my wife, and hers I gave to my mom across the street. And I got this. This is a gaming machine. My buddy had it for, I don't know, 6 months and he never used it. So I bought it from him. This one does pretty good, but this one's got a dedicated video card. So
Yeah, this one's got 32 gigabytes of RAM in it. And if I'd have waited a week, I could have got the 64 for the same price. That's what got me so mad about it. It was $180 more for that one. I said, let me just get this one, so it'll be good.
yeah,
The 16 is usually enough for what I need. And I figured 32 would be great. And then the week later, I went back and I was looking at something and I saw that this one was gone and the next one brought it down in the same price.
oh jeez,
I said, you got to be kidding me. So it
Yeah.
might just be simpler for me just to buy a bigger, another like WD hard drive, and just get like I'm dealing with a 14. If I go to they've got a 22, they got a 24. If I buy the 24, it gives me 10 terabytes more automatic,
yeah,
and then I should be able to put everything on there. And but the problem I got is that 14 has only got 4 on it. So I'm gonna have to make a decision. What do I want to take off of that 14? Because I've got 2 14s that are mirrored.
yeah,
But I'd probably, it might even be better just to cut it off at 2023, at 114. And then the new one start a new year.
right.
I might be able to do something like that.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of pictures at the best night. I got the Nikon. I need to get a newer one. The one that I have don't even do video. I think it's a D60. I've had that for quite a long time. Takes great pictures, it just doesn't do video or anything. I thought about upgrading it, but I don't know. Some of the, hate to spend money on a new one if I'm not going to use it. And the drone, I did everything in 1080p for the longest time. And then I don't know, there was something I wanted to do 4K and I just couldn't edit it. I couldn't play it back. I could edit it.
See,
It's
and that's
kinda
the other
hard to-
thing. I don't keep my files. After I do the video, I'll get rid of the files unless it's something I really like.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot of files saved. But what I'm thinking about doing is taking all of the drone files and that 10 terabyte that I have, clearing that 10 off, and just having drone files on that. So I'll have 10 terabytes clear. It'll be nothing but drone files.
Right.
And that way I could reformat it, reset it up. And that way I could keep And if I start keeping some drone files like that, I'll go through and get some of the real good footage. Then I'll put it out of places
Okay.
that will buy the footage, you know?
Right.
So that might be another option. I
So I
don't
tend,
mind having the NAS with a 10 and a 14, but I don't want to need a couple of 14s because I got a NAS.
yeah. I tend to keep all mine because I never know when I'm going to need them again. And usually I never do.
I keep a copy of all the videos. You know, the videos I upload, I've
Yeah.
got that
Mm.
backed up on 4 different, one, two, 5 places. I got it on
Mhm.
2 drives here, 2 drives there, and a portable drive. So if
Yeah.
something would happen, I got that portable drive in my pocket, the little SanDisk drive, and all my videos on it. So I won't lose them, you know?
Right.
All right, Frank.
And I'm
That's one.
putting them on a small one like that for a reason. Is that when my granddaughter gets older, I can hand her that and say, "This is all the videos I've been flying,"
Mm.
Right.
so she can go back and look at them all, or throw them away, whatever she wants. You know, by that time, she probably won't care about me.
Good evening, Tank.
Yeah, I haven't had my drone out in forever. I need to get out and fly. I should do it this weekend.
I'm going tomorrow. I'm gonna go. If I gotta go early tomorrow, I'm going.
Joe was out flying in the rain today.
No, I didn't fly. I went, but I didn't fly.
Oh, you didn't fly? I thought you put it up.
Nope, did not put it up. Got accosted by a New Orleans police officer once.
You did?
Yeah,
What'd they want?
I got out the car. Got out the car by the riverfront, like I said. And when I got out the car, the gun was sticking out my pocket. And he come walking over saying, "You got a gun in your pocket?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "You want me to stick it all the way in or you want me to take it out?" Like that, he just looked at me. I said, "I got concealed carry." I said, "It just didn't drop it all the way in my pocket yet. I didn't clip it on." He started laughing. It was funny. He said, "No, I saw you get out the car. I saw a gun sticking out your pocket, so I wanted to ask you." I said, "Well, I understand." I said, "So what do you need?" He goes, "Nothing." I said, "I was going to fly a drone, but it's raining." Then we talked for a couple of minutes, and then I said, "Let me go try to get to Huey Long." Never asked me a question after that. I'm just glad he wasn't one of those crazy cops, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think I've had when I was carrying, I don't think I've had anybody stop me or anything. I've been stopped without it.
Well, we got open carry, and we got concealed constitutional carry now,
Yeah.
but you can do either. That's why I was cool. I said, "Why are you asking?" I said, "Because I got concealed carry being a veteran. I got constitutional carry being it just passed, and we're an open carry state like that." And I just said that to him like that, and I made sure my hands weren't going that way. You
Yeah.
know? And he said, "No, I was just asking." He said, "Because when you got out, I saw it sticking out your pocket, and I wondered why it was in your pocket." I said, "Because I didn't feel like clipping it on this morning." I said, "Do you need to see it like that?" And he goes, "Oh no, I'm good."
I
I
usually,
guess I didn't look like a crackerjack.
when I get pulled over, I'll let them know that I have my permit, but that I'm not carrying just so they don't run it and think I'm hiding something.
Yeah, yeah, you got to tell them right off the bat.
The last time I got pulled over, it was just down at the end of the road. He pulled me over for a license plate light out, and he come up and he was, asked me for my paperwork, and I gave it to him. I told him I had a concealed carry, but I'm not carrying, just so that he knows. And he said, do you know why I pulled you over? And he said, I thought at first I thought maybe I was speeding because my speedometer sometimes will go goofy on me.
Yeah.
And he said, your tail light or license plate light's out. And I said, yeah, actually I know. I said, I opened the center console. I said, it's right there. I just can't get the damn thing off. And he started laughing. He goes, my wife's car is like that. I can't get hers off either. Hers is burned out. I said, I tried with the screwdriver. I said, my dad had one of those kits that you tap on it with a hammer. I said, and all it did was started to break the piece up inside. I said, so I don't know how I'm going to get the damn thing off. And he started laughing. And I was honest with him. I told him I got pulled over probably 3 months ago for the same thing. And I bought the light, but I just can't get into it.
Yeah.
I had a friend that said he would do it, but it's not a big emergency job. So he said, when I get time.
Can
And
you
the-
replace the whole unit?
I don't know.
We still gotta get
I
the
can't
screws
even
out.
get to it. I can't even get it. I thought maybe if I could go up inside, I could try. I couldn't even get to it from the inside.
Yeah, sometimes you
So-
gotta go around from the bottom and the back.
Yeah, I had a hell of a time with it, and I can't twist and turn very well with my back. So I was like, I'll just have somebody do it. And when he got done, I said, here, before you leave, I want to give you something. He's like, okay, and he kind of gives me that look, and I handed him something, and he's like, is this what I think it is? And I said, yeah. I gave him a gift card for I don't know what it was, probably Burger King or something, one of those, and a business card, because one of the things I started, I don't know, a couple of years ago was a thing called Feeding First, and I'll randomly give first responders and that some veterans or whatever. I'll give them a gift card for something just randomly. It's not a 501c3 or anything funded big. It's just me. And I carry them with me, and if I have them, sometimes I'll give them out. But he was shocked that I've given them to EMS, I've given them to police and fire, and I don't know how many I've gone through, but he was just surprised. It's one of them thankless jobs.
Yep.
There's a lot of those out there.
Yeah.
My son had one tonight. They had a girl went out with a guy last night and wound up at the guy's house. And she took a Uber today because he worked this morning. And she took a Uber to go back to her house to get home. And she was freaking out in the car. And she was acting funny in the car, and the Uber driver asked what's going on. Because I met this guy a couple of times. I went over to his house, and last night he was talking about shooting up this place and everything else. Like this, she says, I think I need to tell the police about it. So they called up Covington, and Justin and three of them went over to the house and confronted the guy about it. And that's what they did for about 2 hours, interrogating the guy by his house. The guy was being very evasive to him. And then when he said, and Justin said, "We have any guns?" He says, "Yeah, I got about 14. Why? You're not going to my house." He got defensive. And Justin said, "Oh, yeah, we got to watch him." Something's going on with this guy.
Right.
He said that change in tone was a trigger.
Yeah.
He said, so they wrote notes up on the guy. So now they got his car model, everything. So they're going to kind of keep an eye out for what he's doing. Like he told me, he said, yeah, we're going to probably, if he's going to shoot up someplace, we're probably going to have to shoot him.
Yeah. We just had one here locally that was killed in Melvindale.
Police officer?
Yeah.
We had one in Jeanerette, Louisiana, killed the day before yesterday,
He
and another one shot.
he went up. There was two people. They thought they might be homeless or whatever, and didn't know if they needed help, and went up to offer him help, and one pulled a gun and shot him.
Wow.
And I met him briefly. I talked to him, I don't know, maybe a couple minutes when we did when they had the Melvindale days. They had requested, assistance, and we took the truck up. Two of us took the truck up and worked the event with them. And they're through the Melvindale PD. So, we were around them all the time. I think the biggest thing we got asked was either who the hell is Frenchtown Fire or where the hell is Frenchtown?
Mm.
And my father-in-law lives in Melvindale. My brother-in-law lives in Allen Park, but he's been since he's been on dialysis, he's been staying with my father-in-law. I keep saying this summer I wanted to go up by, Paul's direction and take the drone up and just at least a couple of days, through the thumb area and that. But now with this cancer, it's going to change a lot. I don't even know if I'm gonna go to some of the events that I normally do. I have I don't know if it's this week. Wait, I think it's next week, this coming week. Yeah, the 31st, Wednesday. Our department works the fairgrounds. And I had volunteered to go, but since they're doing cancer or chemo this week, I probably won't be able to do it. Unless they don't do chemo, in which case I could. That's going to be the worst part, is not being able to do anything.
Yeah.
Physically I'm somewhat limited myself, but I still get out and do what I can. But in September, we go up to Houghton Lake. August, we go to Sault Ste. Marie. There's one other event that we usually go to. And I'm not sure if I'm going to make it any of those.
Chemo will interfere with that?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Now, when I asked her, about traveling or going to different, events with people in it, she said that as long as I felt up to it, I could. But I don't, when you don't know how you're going to tolerate the chemo, you can't really say.
Well, but sadly, if you had a big motorhome, you'd be fine.
Yeah, I don't. But they're all conventions, so they're around people.
Yeah, but I was just saying, if you had a good sized motorhome and you just didn't feel well, you could go back and lay down and take it easy,
Yeah.
Because when you get in a convention with a whole bunch of other people, what do you?
Yeah. I know the one in Sault Ste. Marie, it's at the casino there, and they've been remodeling the rooms, so they won't book rooms until they get them completed. And it's been next to impossible to get a room. They still don't have them all done, and they're not sure they're going to have them done, from what I heard, by then, and so I'd have, and the walk out to the parking lot is quite a ways, or we could do the valet. But then, then you got the added walking to the car and going to your whatever room you're staying at, and so I don't know. I have to play it by ear.
Well, yeah, until you get an idea of how it's gonna be, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like my wife says, well, I wouldn't be planning all this stuff. And I said, well, I'm going to, plan on going, but, hope for the best and expect the worst, Since I'm only doing 1 week, one day, and then, that week, and then I'm off for 2 weeks. I'm hoping that at least in those 2 weeks, I'd be all right. But we also talked about getting a TV for the bedroom. So if I'm knocked on my ass, I can watch TV.
Yep. Here's Jody.
So I bought it from him. This one does pretty good, but this one's got a set, dedicated video card. So
Yeah, this one's got 32 gigabytes of RAM in it. And if I'd have waited a week, I could have got the 64 for the same price. That's what got me so mad about it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
no.
Yep,
No.
we got you.
Well, Jody, are you here to straighten Joe out?
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
He's on mute right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Gotta grab one thing here.
I'm drawing me a diagram. So I'll understand it.
Oh, what the fuck did I just do that?
They rewrite the laws of gravity
God damn it.
and smash our understanding, but it's possible. Must always remember that. Still no limits. For excellence. With the next generation of Olympic breaks. Gets the gold medal. No kid in America who can't look at our Olympic team and see themselves somewhere. The athletes who have given their all to get to Paris, put their mark on history and inspire others. Is inspiring. Sick with Lester Holt, Savannah Guthrie, and
Well, the wife is up. I'm going to go talk to her. I'll jump out of here. I seen you on, and I thought I'd jump on and say hi
Okay,
anyway.
Tim, thanks for stopping
Yeah.
by.
Hey, keeping you in our prayers.
Oh yeah. It'll be nothing.
A little inconvenience.
Yeah. All right, later, guys.
All right.
to sum it up, like the fastest man in the world on a quest for redemption, and the swimmer who laps the competition, now racing for the greatest Olympic record of all.
And we're gonna go one-on-one with some of the biggest names in sports. You know them, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Tennis Phenom, Coco Gauff. They've already won championships. How much it means to them to compete for their country.
But we do read into that with perhaps the biggest star of the games, Simone Biles. She is the most decorated gymnast ever, the greatest of all And this year, she is not the champion. She's the comeback kid.
Are you on Sunday already, huh, Dominic?
Yep. Sunday morning, 8
I
a.m.
feel like I'm on Sunday already.
Mhm.
It was the Olympic announcement that stunned the world.
And I can't even call Adorama. Adorama's the one I got the drives from. They're closed on Saturdays.
Mm.
And they tell you, you got 5 days to let them know about the return, or you can't get a full refund. You got to get an equal change or something like this. I already told them yesterday I'll probably refund it. They said they were putting notes. So I got to call them first thing in the morning.
Mm.
All right.
Okay, this is what my question is. Stop. I have let's go with a 4-bay drive. Okay, 4-bay drive. First drive is a 2 terabyte SSD.
The pressure is so intense.
That's all for the operations and program. Logie, stop. The other 3 drives, this is where my question's at. If I go RAID 5, it's going to copy across 2 of the drives, and the other drive is going to go across all 3 or just 2? Because it's saying the 4th drive or the 3rd drive out of those 3 just does like a synopsis of everything that's been done to knowing how to fix it if it has to. So it's only being burnt on 2 drives. Now, if I've got 16 terabyte drives in there and I'm trying to do a double copy and I've got a 14 with 10 terabytes on there, 16s aren't going to be big enough, huh?
Okay, yeah. So how many mechanical drives are you using? 2, 4, 3?
Right now,
Yeah,
my everything is backed up on a 14 and I'm about 10 terabytes in.
Okay, but how many are you putting in a NAS? How many mechanical drives are you going to put in the NAS?
It'll be 4, but 1 SSD.
Okay, does it only have 1 SSD?
Right.
It don't have 2 slots for 2 SSDs?
It has it for 2.
Okay. Okay, so you're going to populate the whole thing basically with the I'm not sure which one you were choosing as far as the NAS goes.
Well, this is if I do all the programs on the SSD, that'd be drive 1. Then 2, 3, and 4 would be, say I put 3 16s in there. That's where the NAS would be on 2, 3, and 4.
2, 3, and 4. No, it won't be that way. You're gonna build storage pools, okay?
Right.
And the hardest thing you're gonna see is when you go to set this up, it's gonna take a while.
Right.
Okay, because the way it goes through and it has to format all the drives and has to do everything. Okay, so one, you want to start out. That's why I was trying to look out for you for upgradability down the road if possible, because within 4 years you get it really full, it's going to do just like any other computer system. It's going to slow down.
Right.
So what, like I said, I didn't know what kind of budget you got or anything like that. So, but what I was trying to explain to you was you're going to see, I really wish I would have got the 8, but I got a 6 on this one.
Right.
You're going to go with a 4. What I was trying to get across to you, because I heard you say something about building a website and all that.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to do all of that. It's just going to be basically for when I take pictures at the games, backing them up. And when I do the videos, my plan is I don't keep my video files, my 4K files, after I do my after I edit it and I put it on YouTube. I usually get rid of the files, but I'll have 214s clear that if I wanted to keep the files, I could put it on a 14 external, you know, so it wouldn't have anything to do with the NAS.
Right. Plus you'll have QNAP cloud too. So you'll have QNAP cloud. You can
Right.
have stuff backed up there too. I'm not sure exactly how much space they give you.
Yeah, my big question is, if I've got 10 terabytes right now, and at the end of the year, I'm gonna probably have 14 terabytes of information. How big do I need to put these drives in those three files?
You would want to double it, basically.
So, yeah,
You're almost going to use up 2 of them with a redundant system with a RAID 5. You're going to use up almost 2 of them for the backup. But then it's going to be hot swappable. So if a drive starts to fail, you can just pull a drive out and put a new drive in, and it's going to go ahead and rebuild everything to exactly what it is.
right.
And it's going
So
to it's going to warn you too. It's going to give you a warning that a drive's going to fail. So you'll know.
So if I'm dealing with 10 right now, I need at least 20s. But I'm gonna probably need bigger than that.
You know, like I got 60 terabytes. You know, I got six 10s.
No, wait, okay. There you go. That is that total you need, or each drive? Because right now, like I said, I'm gonna have 14. And is it gonna give me 2 copies, or is it gonna give me 1 copy? Because that's what doesn't make sense to me. Right now, I've got 10 terabytes of stuff that I need to move over. And then by the end of the year, I'm gonna probably have 14 terabytes by the end of the school year. Because that's about what I do, about 4 terabytes a year in pictures. So if I put
3 14s.
right. So if I put 3 16s in there, would that be good?
I would try to populate the whole NAS. So you really want like 4 in there. And
No SS, no
see
SSD.
what it does, especially when you're going to be doing pictures and photos. Like I said, after you put so much on a NAS, it's like any other computer. It's gonna slow down a little bit, but it not much. But
Right.
you want it to be to where you have them 2 redundant. That's way that way you're backed up in case you just have a motherboard crash or whatever. It's all going to be backed up. What model number was it what model number of NAS was you getting? That's another thing I was going to explain to you. Like I said, it takes a long time to set it up. It takes, a few hours to get this set up right.
Yeah.
That's why I tried to tell you to go with the TVS ones, or actually I see they do have the newer.
Donald,
They have the 674, the 874.
Hey, Donald.
Yeah, the one that I had ordered was the one I ordered was the 453. But I was looking to possibly jump it up to the, well, I took it out. I don't know where I put it. It was the next model up. It was another model up. But that was the one with the AMD. You said no.
Yeah, I would stay with a iProcessor, and see that's what I was kind of.
hey, Jonathan.
I was going to
Yeah.
try to get you to
A 5 or a 7.
where down the road, if you wanted to upgrade everything, it's a little bit easier with the iProcessors. The Celeron suck.
Right.
Like the
Hey,
TVS,
Jonathan.
the 472, the TVS 472 XT, if you're going to stay that small, is decent, is pretty decent. The newer TVS H's, the only thing the H stands for is it comes with Hero, which is a 128-bit operating system, where Microsoft, like Windows, is only 64-bit.
Right.
The TVS, the 472 XTs, the 4-bay, you know, that's a decent system. That gives you that 10 gigabyte Ethernet port. And then once you know, that's what you'll plug into your router, your modem, you'll have it hardwired. And you'll see, I don't know on yours with these, you're basically going to store everything there. And that way you keep your laptop or your computer freed up. You'll be able to map all your drives from your laptop, vice versa, back and forth. They'll be synced together, where you can just basically, you're just going to move stuff there, and it's going to get spread across the drives. And some people think, well, that's slow. That's going to be slower. No, it's going to be faster, because it reads off all 3 drives at the same time, or all 4 drives at the same time.
Yeah.
So even though it's spread across drives, your regular programming is gonna, it reads faster.
Right.
Spreading stuff across the drives like that. But then, like I said, you're gonna if you're gonna do a RAID 5, then you're gonna have a redundant system to where you'll have a total backup of everything, no matter what. And if a drive starts to fail, it's going to let you know. You can pull that drive out, put your new drive in, and it's going to automatically just go and rebuild the system right back to where it is.
Okay.
But what you're going to see when you get your QNAP, you're going to see there's so much you can do with it. I mean, there's just so much you can do with this thing. It's not even going to be funny. You know, it's like I've got probably 2,000 DVDs.
Yeah. I don't plan on doing it. That's not going to happen. I don't think I'll put that on there.
Where I use wireless outdoor cameras. I use all my cameras, where QNAP gives you 8 licenses. So you can have up to 8 cameras before you have to buy a license if you want to add more cameras. Each camera you have to buy a license for after that. Now, I don't know if that's something you're thinking about either, but that's.
Well, I'm in an apartment complex. I don't need that right now.
Okay.
You know, if I was on that property, I might have 8 cameras.
But now,
But if I'm on that property, I could upgrade to a better system anytime.
right.
Money. You know, then it'd be a whole new story.
You know, like the TVS, the 472 XT one, that has you know, you can get it with an i3 and i5 in it, and if you get it with an
What model number is that? What model?
TVS 472 XT, and it says QTS Hero, but it's probably going to come with just QTS on it, and it can be upgraded to the Hero operating system, which is 128-bit, where QTS is only going to be 64-bit.
Yeah.
The more RAM you can put in, the better.
Right.
If you can put 2 SSDs in, the better, because you'll set one up. One SSD will be just cache, which when you're video editing from the NAS to the computer, it's just going to make everything more faster, more fluent. You'll be able to scrub on the video editor. You'll be able to scrub across there. It handles, I think, all the most DaVinci. I think it's got, you know, it'll work with DaVinci, Filmora, whatever Apple's is.
Final Cut Pro.
Yeah.
It's going to work with all that. And you'll populate 4 drives. You'll have 4 drive bays. You don't have to populate them all at once. You can even put different sizes in, but you always want to put your biggest drive first in the first bay. Because if you put a 10 and then you try to add a 14, you're going to lose 4 terabyte. Because that's just the way it works. It's going to drop 4 terabytes. So you want to put the 14 in first, let's say you put two 14s and down the road you want to add two more mechanical drives, you could put two 10s or two more 14s. So you always want your biggest drive to be first.
So say I just do all 16s.
Then you're fine. I mean, you're totally fine that way. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to tell you, some people don't realize
Yeah.
that if you put in a 10 terabyte, or let's say you put in two 10 terabytes, and then down the road you say, oh, I want to put two more drives in. Well, I'm going to get two 14s. Well, then you throw them 14s in there. Once they get formatted and everything else, you'll see they're down to 10 terabytes, and you're going to be like, well, where'd all the rest of the terabytes go?
Yeah, because I understand that now, because that means whatever that first one is, how it's gonna look with the next one.
Right. So if you put 14s in it now, say two 14s, and
Right,
let's
Max?
and later you say, oh, I'm gonna put a 20 in there, you're gonna lose that space, that 6
Hey, Max, what's up?
space.
Yeah, okay, so in other words, if I do 4 16s, that might be okay for space wise.
Exactly. You'd be able to, if you put 4 16s, you'd be able to put 32 terabytes in there, which actually I think one of these here, they go up to, I think it's a 308 terabyte you could actually put in
Oh.
there down the road. Yeah. And then I know you talked about that website.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do the website, because like I said, I pay $95 a year, and they have it, and I don't have to deal with it.
Well, that ain't hard either. I mean, that's just, you know, if you just had
Yeah.
just your main page and then you use your domain server to connect to your NAS for the,
Right.
for the rest of your site, whatever you set up, you know, as far as pages and everything else, and then you're working with it right there on your laptop, building your own
Now,
pages.
I'm looking at another one they have, it's the TLD 800C. But I can't see what, it doesn't, I can't find anything on here that tells me what the chip is. And this one's a 8-bit. Probably not that good.
Well, like I say, I'm trying to help you out here because
Yeah.
you don't want to be sorry down the road. What you know it has for expansion slots in the back of it.
Right.
You know, you can
Now, the
always
one I've got coming does have expansion slots. It didn't show it in the back. You gotta take it apart to get to it. And you can't upgrade it. That's why I saw one, the next one up, we had the expansion slots in the back, would have made it easier.
well, yeah, because you got to hook stuff to them.
Yeah,
And if they're inside it, how are you going to hook anything to them? So the only thing I'm thinking of is the expansion slots inside. You could only add, the only thing you could probably be adding would be like a single or a dual SSD card where you could add more SSDs to it. Where with the expansion slots open in the back, that's where you can add 10 gigabyte Ethernet port. You could end up putting in a fiber optic card.
right.
If you had AT&T and you had fiber optics, then you could have fiber optics directly to your NAS. You may want to add, well, like the ones I'm talking about, they come with the Thunderbolt card, one card already in it with the Thunderbolt, 2 Thunderbolt ports. You got USB 3.1, I believe, USB 3.2. You got one in the front. You got another USB in the front for one touch copy. Which right now I actually on that one touch copy I have a Blu-ray player, reader writer Blu-ray player hooked to the one touch copy in the front, where I can just throw a movie in, or I can throw in a whole CD of models, hit the copy button, it copies it over.
Right.
And you'll see that having them expansion slots is good. You can always add pretty much anything you want. You can add a SSD card. You could add a graphic card with a more powerful GPU. And then, like I say, once once you get it set up and you see all of the programs that you have available to you through QNAP, okay, you got their standard library of programs or apps, whatever you want to call them. And then you also be able to set up the QNAP club, where that's a bunch of other developers that have put out apps that you're just going to be blown away on how much this thing is going to do for you. It's kind of like starting out with a 3D printer.
Right.
You're going to go, wow, this is cool. This is really cool. It is a little bit of a learning curve.
Yeah, I figured that's gonna be something I'll be figuring out.
That's why 4-bay is going to probably work for you. It probably will. But I know from experience and from chatting with a lot of other people, they get a 4-bay and then they're all, man, I wish I'd have got the 6 or the 8.
Yeah, but that's what I'm looking at now. See what they got in the 6.
Because what you're gonna do is basically you're gonna put your life's work on this. I mean, if you want to keep all that, it's like I do take a lot of pictures and video and stuff like that, and I've got every single thing backed up. You'll always have it, memories, whatever you want to call it. You'll have all that. It's all going to be there. You're going to loosen up the workload on your computer because you're going to move anything you download will be on the NAS. It ain't going to be on your system where it's filling up and dragging down your computer.
And you see, they've got a TS 664 6-bay. And that one's a 6-bay. And it looks a lot different. It has like a closed front. Doesn't have, the individual trays are probably behind that. It's got the gold thing down the side. But it has one expansion port in the back. But that's a 6-bay.
Do you run Mac are you running a Mac or are you running?
Well, I've got a Mac that the main thing I run off of is the PC. Is a gaming PC. But I've got a Mac that I use and it's basically just for internet. I don't do any editing on it or anything.
Oh, okay. Well, most people like to edit on the Mac more than they do the.
Wait, can you see the screen?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take me off a highlight. Hold on. I'm gonna go pull this one up and show you this one.
But her ascent into tennis's top tier is only.
If I'm still stuck on this one with a Celeron.
This is my story. A global superstar with her own shoe. Etched on the front of it, the coordinates of her hometown court, where she still comes to play and inspire.
I wanted it to kind of show the place where I started tennis and pay homage to that.
Now she's focused on a different set of coordinates. The biggest stage in all of sports.
Right.
She got missed entirely in 2021 when she contracted COVID days before the start of competition.
Okay.
At the time, I'm so
See, this one's a 6-bay. It's got one expansion port in the back.
Hmm.
That's what it looks like in the front.
And I hope there will be many more chances for me to make this come
Is that a USB right there in the front?
Yeah, USB in the front.
Okay, so that'll be your one-touch backup.
Oh.
Where's this at? B&H or is that at QNAP?
Yeah, B&H. Trying to get a bigger screen and won't let me do it. But it's got one expansion in the back. But it's still a Celeron. Because I was thinking just to jump up to this one and give me that extra 2 bays in case I need them. And it's not that much difference. Why is that thing not letting me go up there?
I don't have anything against the NAS, but I hate the Celeron processors suck. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I
I wish they'd show me how this thing opens up in the front, how you put them in.
you know, where you could go with one of these, even if you went with an i3, and this is kind of how I did it. I went with an i5, but then, you know, and when, I mean, I've had it for a couple years, and now the price of the i7's come down so low that I'm going to swap out processors. I'm going to take the i5 out, put in the i7 with more cores. The more cores, the better.
Yeah, it's not telling me. So I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna do the 416s. I think I'm gonna do the 416s and maybe that system. That way I've got 2 extra ones in case I need them. Now is that gonna see this? Is it gonna? Let me see what you got.
Now, did that share come up? Am I sharing?
Yeah,
Yep.
we see it.
Am I sharing the QNAP page?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You see the 2 right here at the top.
Right.
See the numbers TVS H674T. The T stands for Thunderbolt. The H is going to be for Hero. It's going to come with Hero on it. Where even the ones down here now, which they didn't, it used to just, it probably will still come with, if you look at the bottom one here in the right corner, the TVS 472 XT, it says QTS Hero, but I believe it probably will only come with QTS on it, but you can upgrade it to the Hero. You don't have to use QTS. You can upgrade to the Hero, which is a 128-bit operating system, which is going to run faster. But it's a little more RAM intensive, so you would definitely want to be 64 gig of RAM probably on it.
Yeah, I'm making notes.
It's got 2 of the NVMe slots, 2 Thunderbolt slots, and here I'll click on it and bring it up on the back here and show it to you. And these are the processors. And you see right across here, it shows you can get it with a Pentium, which I would stay away from that too. You got an i5 or an i3, but this will take an i7 processor down the road. And like I said, the prices have come down. So if you want to upgrade, I was trying to make it to where 4 years down the road, you could upgrade. You could, you know, change your RAM then, you change your processor then, just to keep your system, instead of having to buy a whole new one. You could just upgrade it a little bit more. And then right here, it shows you that that's the Pentium. The PT is for the Pentium. Here's the i3 and the i5. And then you can go down through here and you can see everything it does. You'll have 2 SSDs. That way you can have one just for cache. That way you can edit from your NAS instead of just editing on your computer. You'll be able to keep everything over there, and you'll have a folder, let's say just 4K video, whatever, and you'll have that folder, and that's where you'll work out of for your editing video. You'll have your photos.
Okay.
Okay, that's starting to make more sense.
You'll have graphic slots, or you'll have slots for graphics cards. You can even hook up if you want a wireless network card, because none of your NAS are going to have any internet. You're going to have hardwired. But if you wanted to go Wi-Fi, you could always add the wireless network card like it shows here. You can end up with the 10 to 40 gigabyte adapters in your slot. This shows you about your storage pools without Q-tier and with Q-tier. You see how it kind of manages it?
Right.
And I know.
Excuse me, guys. I've got to head out, so I'll
Dominic,
catch up with you another time, and I'll see you then.
Later.
Good night.
Well, you gave me a lot to think about.
And see, like here, now see, he's hooking up and it's fast when you hook up to a Thunderbolt port on the back of them. And you can just plug it into your lightning port on your Mac or a USB 3.1 or 3.2, You can hook directly up that way.
Right.
The ultimate visual experience with 4K HDMI. And like I say, once you see all the stuff they have, that you'll have basically you'll be able to run Windows virtual machine. You'll run Windows 10. You can run that right on the NAS. So when you get to the interface of what your QNAP operating system looks like, you can start a Windows 10 machine right on it, and you can run Windows 10 right on it. I mean, so basically you're going to have Linux and Windows 10 on the same NAS. You're going to have them both.
Right.
And it's got high-speed virtual machine backup solution. This is where, like I said, it's going to work seamless with all your devices, a tablet, your phone, laptop, desktops. It's all in one server, hosts virtual machines and containers. So everything's going to sync up. Like I said, when you're out, if you take pictures with your phone, even with your camera, you can have a hotspot on your phone. You can move your photos, which I'm sure you got good digital cameras. I got a Lumix. Right. You can throw it right to the app on the phone and bam, send it right off. And when you get home, it's already there. It's all on your NAS. Down the road, if you wanted to, you can add a switch. You can add a external QNAP, 10 more drives.
Right.
Right through like a 5 gigabyte RJ45, or if it's only got two 2.5 inch or two and a half. How do I want to say it? Let's say you got two RJ45s and they're each 2.5 gig ports. You can bridge them together to where you're getting 5 gigabytes going from two RJ45 cables. So you're bridging them two together to make 5 gigabytes instead of 1 2.5 and another 2.5, which is all it comes down to speed if you're transferring big 4K videos, which most of the time your 4K drone videos take time to transfer. Here's some SSD cards that you could, like I say.
Yeah, I was looking at this one guy was showing how to set it up, and he was talking about how many hours to set it up and how it takes time.
Well, just the main part where it has to go through and format all the drives and all that, and then set up the operating system and all that. That takes a little time. Everything else on it, you can just work on it little by little. Like, for the most part, you can have a FTP server, you can have a web server, you can have multiple users. You'll be able to set up multiple users if you know. It's like eventually here I'll have my whole movie database online, and I probably got more models than Thingiverse.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have them all online where I can let you guys come in and go through them. I mean, I'm going to have thousands and thousands, man. I've got so many models. I've got CD collections. I've got probably, or actually, DVDs. They're full of, I mean, of high-end models, really high-end models that should print really good.
Hey, Joe, I'm going to make you the host, okay?
Well, I'm gonna jump off. I'm actually gonna jump off.
okay.
I gotta find something to eat. Yeah, now I gotta go look through all these notes he gave me and figure out what I'm gonna do. So
Okay, everybody. I guess
thank
we're
you
going to
there,
call it
Jody.
then.
Yeah,
Gave me a lot to think about.
Thanks, Jody. Mark,
no problem.
Joe, we'll see you again tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye for now.
We'll talk some more. You got a couple days before it comes in, right?
Well, I got the drives, but I got the other stuff coming in Monday. We got time.
Okay.